Hi, my name's Trev Hutchings, and for the last few years I've been trying to buy clothes, but I found all the clothes are either too boring, too expensive, or simply just not very well made. So today I've decided to take the plunge, and in theory I'm going to make my own clothes. Now I say in theory because I've never used a sewing machine before. So over the next few months and maybe years, I'm going to see whether it's possible for someone like myself who's got no experience to learn how to use a sewing machine and eventually make the clothes that I want to wear. But I've never used a sewing machine before, and I've bought this one here, so I thought I'd do an opening because I don't really know what's in the box yet. There are a few things about it that maybe choose this one. The first thing is it's called a Jeans Pro, and in accordance to what it says about itself, I don't really know what kind of materials I'm going to be using, so I thought I'd buy a sewing machine that was capable of pretty much sewing through anything, including leather. And I assume, since it's called a Jeans Pro, through jeans it will be able to create and work with the material of jeans. It's called a Necchi. I don't know if that's exactly how you spell it. You say it Necchi, so I'm saying Necchi. Not sure the person in the store actually knew how to say it either, so it's a bit of a guess. So if you know different, do tell me. But there are a few features here that are worth mentioning, and these things did attract me to it, rightly or wrongly. It says on here 11 utility and decorative stitches. Well, I don't know how many stitches you really need to actually sew, so having 11 seems like a good idea to me. It's got a 4-step buttonhole, so I presume at some point I'm going to need to make buttonholes. Now I have read that there's 1-step and 1-step and 4-step versions of sewing machines, and I don't know the difference, but the fact that it's got a buttonhole process is useful. It's got a horizontal drop-in bobbin system. Now I do know enough to know that a bobbin is the reel that carries the cotton that you sew with. So I'm gathering that makes life easier. It's got 1,000 stitches per minute sewing speed, which I've no idea what that means, but it sounds good and certainly is a lot faster than I could stitch by hand. It's got an adjustable stitch length and adjustable stitch width to a maximum of 6mm. Now I can understand that you might need to do stitches at different length, different sizes, but I don't really know what the difference is between length and width yet. Hopefully in time I will learn that. It's got an adjustable presser foot pressure. Don't really know what that is. Adjustable needle positions. Sounds interesting, sounds like it's something I might need, but I don't really know what it means. It's got a drop feed, no idea. It's got an LED illumination. I assume that lights up the bit that you're actually sewing on, so that's good in low light. It's got a free arm, no idea what that is. An extra high pressure foot lifter. Sounds impressive, don't know what it is. A metal bed plate. I assume that's the area which you sew on, so I assume that if it's made of metal rather than plastic, it's flatter and therefore easier to work with. Guessing there. A strong and durable metal frame. Well, that sounds logical. Plastic frames are obviously not going to be quite as strong as a metal frame. And an automatic needle threader, which, given the fact that I have trouble threading needles manually, sounded like a pretty good idea. There are some other bits written on here. It says metal bed plate. The metal plate on the surface of the machine's arm allow fabrics to pass smoothly. So I've learnt something there. Powerful motor enables the machine to achieve 1,000 stitches per minute. Well, it's just written that up there. And adjustable pressure foot pressure foot pressure can be adjusted according to the project so that the machine can feed either lightweight fabrics or heavyweight fabrics. Well, okay, so that's what the adjustable foot pressure thing does. What have we got on the back here? All-purpose foot, whatever that means. The all-purpose foot is used for most utility sewing, from straight stitch to zigzag stitching. Okay. Not sure what ones I'll use yet, but it sounds like it's a good thing to have. A non-stick foot plate. Non-stick foot is designed to use on hard to handle fabric such as leather, plastic and coated fabric. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be using any of those yet, but it certainly is handy for me to have them on my side. And a pack of needles, size 11, 14 and 16. Well, I have no idea what those sizes represent, but I presume, given the fact this is a jeans thing as well, that probably one of those is for jeans and one of them's for light fabric. I'm guessing probably 11 is a gauge rather than anything else, but I could be wrong. I'm assuming 11 is smaller than a 16, or thinner should I say. So, with all that mentioned, I'm going to open it up and see what we actually get in the box. Now I'm using a pair of scissors rather than a knife, simply because you shouldn't really open a box with a knife, because there may very well be something just sitting inside that can get scratched or damaged by using a knife. So I'm using the scissors because I can open it much easier without damaging anything. Okay, well, there's plenty of polystyrene in the box, that's for sure, and fortunately you can't see it because the box is open, but there's a handle on the top, so I'm going to just stand up and get this out by pulling up on the handle. And there we go. All sorts of things in here. So, got this nice, fancy looking black sewing machine. In the box. Very well packed, I have to say. And rather interestingly, underneath the bit where the needle is, I haven't learned any of these terms yet, so you're going to have to bear with me on this score. There is a bit of fabric with some different patterns done on it, and I presume that's there to protect that setup there. What else have we got in the box? Also in the box we've got this instruction manual, which is next on my list of things to do. There is a warranty certificate and probably some directions somewhere there to register online to get your 3-year warranty, because apparently it has a 3-year warranty. Oh, looks like we got a bag. Sorry, a cover, not a bag. So it looks like we got a little cover thing here. That's to keep it from getting dusty, I presume. And handle pops out the top. That's quite useful. It's handy to keep it dust free. Now I'm not actually going to show how anything works in this video because I don't know how anything works yet, but I'll add it in another video later on. And in here, this is I'm guessing the foot pedal thingy. Sorry, don't know the terms yet. So literally, I'm completely new to this. Right, so we've got a pedal. Seems rather basic, but it looks like it'll do the job. And let's see how long we got here. Take this off here. Which way does it go? That way. I'll get this off and we can see it all comes apart. So that end, I guess, connects to the machine at the back there. And then the foot pedal will go on the underneath the table. And then we've got, I would say, probably, what have we got here? I would say something like 5 to 6 feet of cable to go to a power socket. So quite reasonably long, quite useful. Nothing else in the box. And I don't really know what else would be in there. Let's have a look in here quickly. Introduction to the machine. Right, so accessories. There seems to be a lot of accessories in here somewhere. 5. So 5 is the accessory box. So we have an accessory box here. Okay. Right, I'm going to have to work out how to get the accessory box off, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, well that turned out to be easier than I thought. You just basically slide it sideways, and then we've got this little package here full of little accessories. And I really don't know what they all are, but it says in here a zipper foot, a buttonhole foot, a button sewing foot, a seam ripper and brush, an edge quilting guide, a pack of needles, 3, in sizes 11, 14 and 16, a spool holder, 3 spare bobbins, a L screwdriver, a spool pin felt, a second spool pin, a non-stick foot, and a roller foot. And that is what we come with it. So that's the piece of machinery. I'm going to sit down and read the manual now, and I'll come back to you in a second video, and we'll see how we get on with actually trying to set this thing up.